my hat, everything I can find, because I wanted that new. You know, I wanted everything that. Welcome back, Ron here once again. Just want to share this quick video on how you guys can go ahead and find the indicators that work for you. I just wanted to share how I went about finding the ones that worked for me. As you guys seen before, I keep it simple. I just use the volume and two RSIs, Connors RSI and the RSI on a 4 period, and then the pivots. That's as simple as I keep mine, but that may not be the ones that work for you. When I initially started, I started with Bollinger Bands. I went from Bollinger Bands to SARs. I tried TTM Squeeze. I've tried MACD. I've tried a litany of indicator guys. I mean, obviously the tools are here, the resources are here. But what you have to find is the indicators that work for you. Because the RSI system works for me doesn't mean it's going to work for you. Because the pivot system works for me doesn't mean it's going to work for you. You have to find the stuff that clicks for you, that you just see it and it's like, oh man, I get it. I can understand it. I see what's potentially going to happen next based on what I see on the charts. And you want to understand that. That's where you want it to click for you. You don't want to be using an indicator that somebody else uses just because somebody else told you to use them, because that's what works for them. May not work for you. I'm telling you, once you find the combination that works for you, you'll be more confident in your decision making as far as what you're taking. Watch other guys' videos. There's a lot of guys out there that are sharing a lot of valuable content. I mean, these are just a few of them that I know I've looked up or seen before. Not all of these I've seen from. I know I've taken some stuff from John Carter that I liked. I've seen some stuff from Gary or Larry Connors. I know I read the book. That's pretty much where I got the Connors RSI in the 4 period. You can go to other guys' channels too. There's the Boiler Room guy, Clay Trader, Kirk from Option Alpha. I definitely learned a lot there about options as a whole. You got Steven Dux, Oliver Velez Trading, Warrior Trading Room, Deckmar Trades. I mean, guys, there's a ton of resources out here for free. Go through these people's channels and see if you find anything that just clicks for you. I mean, just find what works for you. I'm not going to tell you to follow me and just do what I do because this is what works. Negative. That's not how it works, guys. Find what works for you. And when you find what works for you, you're going to see, okay, this is what works for me. I know I recently saw this kid, Ricky Gutierrez, has a VWAP, or VWAP, I think it's called, that indicator. I don't use it. It's not for me. I kind of took a look at it. It's not for me. I've seen other people mention it as well. It's just find the stuff that works for you. And then when you understand it and you load them. So for example, let's go on here. Let's go ahead and load. The first thing I did when I got started on Thinkorswim, I went through license studies. I'm like, man, if they're willing to pay for these, so, well, basically what license studies are, Thinkorswim is paying for these or paid a fee to have these on the platform. So obviously there's something here. I'm like, well, if they're paying for them, because if you go to another platform like TradeStation or E-Trade or something and you want these, you got to pay for these. But they're included on this platform for free. So all I did, I started going through these. And I just started loading them up and I started to see, well, let me see what kind of signals I'm getting here. And do I like it? Do I like what I see? Do I see something that tells me, yes, get in here, buy, you're going to make money? And I started just analyzing the trade. I went candle by candle. You know, you can do it on the daily and then go ahead and go over to the intraday charts and see if you see something. So for example, on this pattern here, did it give me something that said, yes, you want to get in here? And when you got similar signals, did it give you the same kind of signal? You know, and that's the kind of thing that I look for in these. I'm like, well, you know, does it give me clear signals or is it something that's delayed? You know, so I just started adding these until I found the combination that just worked for me. And then, you know, I got rid of stuff that just wasn't working for me. So let's go ahead and add another one, for example. Let's go ahead and add another one. Let's take a look here. So I started with the licensed ones because, I'm like, well, if they're paying for these, there must be something here of value. So again, these are similar ones. I don't see anything, you know what I mean? And then just go through these, obviously, you know what I mean? I'm not saying that these aren't good, but do they jive with you? Are they indicators that you're like, oh man, I definitely see this here. Oh man, when these lines cross below this this level here, it's a buy signal. I'm gonna get in, you know. And how confident are you in your abilities to read that indicator, etc. So that's what I'm looking for, guys. You know what I mean? Like, you know, well, you know, when I see these guys with these names here, let me take a look at this. All right, TTM scalper alert. Let me see what these arrows do. Tells me to sell here. Oh, that was a good one. This was a good one. This was okay. This was bad. This was a good one. This was good. This was good. You know, do you see things like this and you're like, oh man, these are working. I like these. You know, that's what you want to kind of get used to and start to look at. I'm like, which ones start working for you? So you're like, oh, you know what? I like this one just from looking at it on the first time I looked at it. Boom, it worked. And then see how they actually work when it's live. So you may see this arrow here, but when did you get this alert? I know for a fact that this is a delayed alert. It gives you this arrow after the candle may be here, like, hey, sell here. I'm like, hey, that's a little late. So I know this is not working for me because now it's delayed. But this is an example, but this is how you're gonna find them. You gotta test them out first and see. So I know like this arrow here says, hey, buy, but when did it give me this alert? Did this arrow appear at the end of the day or did it appear here? No, it usually probably appeared when this candle was here based on what I've seen on intraday levels. But again, you gotta test these and find them for yourself and then just figure out what works for you. And again, go through everybody. Everybody breaks their indicators and the way they use them their way. And I'll share mine on the next video on why I use the 2 RSI system for me. And I'll tell you why that works for me. I'll tell you why the pivots work for me. But again, that's what you kind of want to get into. Okay, well, let me see why the Bollinger Bands work. Let me see why the Keltner channels work. Let me see why, you know, SAR or the simple moving averages work, the MACD, and just start getting familiar. And then when you read them, do you like what you see? Do you understand them? Is it something that, you know, you can like, okay, next time I get this signal, I'll put in my trade like this based on the information I saw here, etc. Is it going to help you with your trading plan? And that's kind of how you want to go about doing this, because you want to be able to understand what you're looking at for yourself. So that's kind of what I did. I hope this helps you guys and you can kind of start seeing something, but you want to make sure you go through all of these. I mean, I literally almost went through all of these. I promise you. I mean, I literally added them and I studied them and I just went through the charts like this. I'm like, okay, well, do I see something that tells me, hey, I should buy here? So I see this here and then this happened. You know, nothing. I don't see anything. You know what I mean? And that's kind of like what I did for myself to kind of say, yes, you know, these are the ones that just jive for me. And you guys seen it. My system is simple. And that's how you're gonna get eventually. Because at one point my chart was full of. I mean, I couldn't tell you. I mean, my chart was full of indicators at one point. I mean, I had Bollinger Bands, I had volume, I had everything I can find because I wanted that new. You know, I wanted everything. That was possibly going to tell me. I wanted 5 things to tell me to get in before I get in, 5 things to tell me to get out before I get out. It just, you know, but that was a losing formula. It just wasn't working with me. So I had lines all over the place. And now I cut my system down to a simpler system that works for me. And that's where I am now, guys. And that's where you want to be. So again, just go ahead and find as many videos as you can, learn, read books. And I promise you, you know, reading books about trading just makes you better. Nobody knows everything. We're always learning. I still read books. I still watch my daily motivational videos. I still keep myself pumped up because you got to get your head right, you know. And that's what you want to do. You want to get yourself to the point where you are simplified. The less you have on your charts, the better. Boom. And this is as simple as I keep my studies, especially, I said, I just want volume, 2 moving averages, and my RSIs, and that's it. And then I just look at what's actually happening, and that's it, guys. Just keeping it simple, So that's pretty much it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. We'll see you guys on the next video. I'll cover why I use this 2 RSI system and why it works for me. So hopefully you guys can understand how I came about picking these and sticking with these. I'll see you guys on the next one.